Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
On today's program, Haywood Cloud Jr., Reedsville Assistant City Manager of Community Services, and Heather Whitsitt, Group Vice President, YMCA of Greensboro, and Executive Director of the Reedsville Family YMCA. Haywood and Heather, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, we're talking today about the Reidsville Community Pool Association, and I'm looking at that word community and the end of that being unity, which is really very important in our discussion today. Let's go back to the history, the creation of the community pool. Heather, could you start us with that, please?
Absolutely. So it was determined that there was a need for an enclosed swimming pool facility in Reedsville to provide year-round aquatics programs for area residents. A co-efficiency analysis necessitates a joint public-private effort to raise the capital to construct the facility here in Reedsville.
Okay.
And so that was, Mike, if I may add, that was precipitated by, for those who have been around Rockingham County for many years, the former outdoor city pool at J.C. Park lower level had kind of run its course, and so the community, there was a community task force of private citizens and business owners who pursued community fundraising for construction costs of about $625,000, in addition to $300,000 contributed by the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The total proposed amount for the construction of the new enclosed pool was $925,000. And what happened was a group of really active Reedsville residents came together to create the Reedsville Community Pool Association. That association was led by Jay Donaker, chairman, Randy Judkins, vice chair, Liz Luking, secretary, and Rochelle Tucker, treasurer.
Well, thanks to those.
They really worked hard.
I was going to say thanks to those key people for making that happen.
They did. They saw that the need was there, and they worked together to fundraise and work with the city as well as the YMCA to make sure that the Reedsville Community Pool could be born of a total community initiative to serve 100% of the Reedsville community.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very important. 100% of the Reedsville community. What is the real purpose of the community pool, Heather?
Sure. It's the ability to offer city citizens and Reedsville Family YMCA members a year-round opportunity to provide recreation, water fitness, swim lessons, and other aquatic programming at a greater level than either organization could offer independently.
And I think it's good to note, Mike, that even today, neither organization will be in a position to offer the level of service currently via this community pool partnership.
Mm-hmm. Very important. Heather?
Yeah, the community pool really unites the Reedsville community, similar to Friday nights at the Reedsville Rams football games. And we know that those are both very, wonderful areas for the community to get together and really share in some joint pleasure and exercise, as well as just getting together to know each other and participate as a community.
Sure. Well, there's a rich tradition there and a heritage, that's for sure, with those games and with the pool. Let's talk about the hours at the pool, and I want you to tell us how that works with Y members and non-Y members, especially now during the pandemic, Heather.
Absolutely. So what we'll do is I'll just start with a recap of how we are operating the community pool during this COVID-19 pandemic. The hours of operation, and this is, I think, really important for city citizens to know, is the same for city citizens as it is for YMCA members. At this point, we're not allowing folks who live outside of the city to purchase guest passes, so only city residents and YMCA members have access to the swimming pool. Currently, we're operating Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. How you go about reserving your slot is you go to reedsvilleymca.org, and you can select your 45-minute time slot. And we do also have limited walk-up availability because we are trying to provide, as much access as we can, again, given the limitations and making sure that we're keeping everyone safe.
Okay.
Because we have limited the amount of time that folks can be in the pool, we have decreased the guest fees by 50%. So what that means for city residents is $2.50 for adults and $2 for children.
Very affordable.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's a good way to come in and swim. We can have lap swim, water walking, and fortunately we've been able to add family recreational swim. For the family swim, up to 6 people in the same household can come and be able to swim. And again, we've just been able to add that, so I think that's going to be really good moving forward, especially in this hot summer that we're having.
Mm-hmm, sure. And how many people in the pool at one time?
It's a great question. So, given guidance from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services and provided by our pool inspector here for the county, we are capped at 20 people in the pool at any one time. So that allows for 2 groups of up to 6 for family swim. And then our lap lanes, we can have up to 2 people in each lane if they're in the same household. So that gives us that 20-person limit at any given time. And at the end of that 45-minute shift that we provide access to the pool completely closes down, and our lifeguard sanitizes everything to get it ready for the next batch of swimmers at the top of the hour.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, challenging times, but it sounds like everything's in place there at the Y and the pool for sure. How do the hours here differ from before all of this started back in March, Heather?
Back in March seems like a lifetime ago.
I know. Yeah.
So the difference is, yes. The difference is Monday through Thursday, the pool would operate from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. On Friday, that's 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Saturday from 7:30 to 4:30, and Sunday from noon to 4:30. So a lot more opportunity and availability there, and we're really looking forward to being able to get back to those pre-COVID numbers.
Oh, sure, yeah. But it's good to know that things are in place in these times we're in now. Haywood, I want to get back to you. If you could tell us about some of the programs that have been offered and really looking ahead to the future with Reedsville Parks and Recreation at the community pool.
Well, we normally put on a 4 to 6 week summer camp that is free to kids here in the city. Mm-hmm. And so and between our Parks and Recreation and our Teen Center, we offer programming there, and then they go over to the Teen Center. And in between that, during the day, there are hours that they go over and swim at the YMCA. So that's a part of those programs. So they'll have a day where they have a list of things that they're going to do, whether it be education in classroom or doing sports activities. And then I think it's maybe twice a week or 3 times a week that there are allotted times to go over and have pool time at the Y. And so that relationship has been very beneficial. And so and they also have general open swim for Parks and Recreation and for kids here in the community as well.
Okay.
And these type of endeavors are in addition to those hours that Heather just spoke about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All righty. So the open hours are when now? Let's go over that again for the community pool.
Sure, absolutely. Currently, it's Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And again, whenever a Y member would have access to the pool, a city citizen would have access to the pool as well. The only restriction on that applies to children. So any children 13 and below have certain hours of the day that they're allowed to access the pool. And again, that's a rule that's for YMCA members as well as city citizens. When you have a water aerobics class going on or lap swimming going on, you really, can't have a bunch of children in the pool. It's not conducive to being able to teach those classes or to be able to concentrate on your lap swimming. We also see an influx of numbers when children attend the pool, so we need to make sure that we're staffed correctly. So we pull in an additional lifeguard for the kids' swim times as well as family swim times.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Righty, I want you to tell us, Heather, about the programs and classes offered, pool programs and classes offered by the Reedsville YMCA, please.
Oh, absolutely. So any of our programming, we're unique as a YMCA and, of course, blessed to have the community pool. Most YMCAs have member and non-member pricing. We actually have member, non-member, and city resident pricing. So any of these programs that I'm speaking of would be less expensive for a city citizen as compared to a county resident. Some of those programs are water aerobics, and we have water aerobics that are like aqua arthritis, so they're pretty low-key. But then we do have some hydromania, some more intense workouts. So it can go from fairly easy to pretty intense. Speaking on the intense end, we also offer aquatic boot camps quarterly, and that is when and group exercise instructor actually leads you through different activities in the swimming pool, and that can definitely be pretty intense. As far as swim lessons go, we have group swim lessons as well as private swim lessons. A new addition for us within the past year, we have been able to offer swim lessons with people with diverse abilities, and that could be anything from autism to blindness, muscular dystrophy, MS. We really have been able to. We have two people who are certified to teach those lessons, and they're able to really meet people where they are and where they're able to function and make them safer in the pool so that there's less of an issue if they were to happen to fall into the pool. So, again, it's swim lessons, but it's also water safety. A couple other opportunities that we do have a swim team. It's operated at the community pool, but it is under the guise of the Bryan Family YMCA, so it's the Mako swim team. And that really offers some very specified training and really gets you to the next level to develop stroke techniques and things like that. We also offer lifeguard training twice a year, and with that lifeguard training, if you successfully complete that training, then you are typically offered a position here to a lifeguard at the community pool. We, of course, have pool parties. On Sunday mornings, we open the pool prior to the opening for public or Y members to have space for baptisms as well. We also have a semi-new partnership with Annie Penn Hospital, and one of their physical therapists is able to offer aquatic physical therapy in the swimming pool for both youth and adults. And finally, we have a wonderful opportunity coming up. Prior to March, we had applied for a grant through Blue Cross Blue Shield North Carolina, and we were awarded that grant. We don't know when we will be able to complete the grant, just based on the current situation. But what that grant's going to allow is it's going to allow us to teach safety around water free of charge to some students. And we are going to be able to work with South End Elementary. So we'll provide some in-class teaching as well as in-water teaching. Again, safety around water just to make sure that they are safe. The second part of that grant program is really geared towards people of color and getting more minority lifeguards on our lifeguard stand. So we're reflective of our community. And through that program, those people will be trained to become a lifeguard free of charge, so no cost to them whatsoever. And that will be a tiered training program that will start with safety around water and then move into swim lessons and then move into the lifeguard training, so we'll make sure that everyone feels comfortable in the water. That's something we're really excited about, and we would hope to be able to complete that either the last quarter of 2020 or the first quarter of 2021. So, again, we've got a lot going on in our community pool.
You really have, and congratulations on that Safety Around Water grant. But just hearing you list some of the pool programs and classes, this is very impressive, Heather, and it's right here in Reedsville, right here in Rockingham County. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, thanks so much. It definitely could not happen without the support of the city. Again, Haywood mentioned it, but it's been a lasting partnership that has been around for many years and that we look to continue and grow upon. Yeah. Oh, that's great. All righty. Let's talk about the community pool and how it's used by others in the community. Heather and Haywood.
Okay. So I'll touch base first on our Reedsville High School swim team. We have a good partnership with the school system as well. We do some activities in some of their basketball gyms, and they're able to use our pool. So we are the Reedsville High School swim team's pool, and they practice in season Monday through Friday for several hours a day. In addition to their practice, when we host their home swim meets, we actually close the pool to everyone, and it's just the high school swim team and their competitors there in the swimming pool. Mm-hmm. And again, Haywood's touched on it, but we do open our doors there to the community pool for the Reedsville Teen Center in the summer hours there. And finally, local daycares come to the YMCA. We have 2 to 3 that come year-round, and they will have toddler and preschool swim lessons. And then that number typically ramps up in the summer to about 5 separate preschools that, again, come for swim lessons / safety around water classes.
And, in this partnership, we can't stress enough of how great it has been over the years. And so we're hoping to keep this partnership going and continue to offer new things. They just got the new grant or we're going to apply for the new grant. So that's a great thing. And so a couple other programs that the Y offers Reedsville citizens is at the community